I'm Sue. In this video, we're going to explore the role of explicit instruction in the classroom. Most teachers will already have a good understanding of explicit instruction, so this video is meant to supplement what you already know and explain the pedagogy behind the new resources. As you may already know, with explicit instruction, teachers provide clear and direct explanations, modelling and guidance to students. This instructional method aims to make learning clear and easily understandable for students, increasing their chances of success in the transition to high school. The evidence base for explicit instruction is well supported by research. Numerous studies have shown its effectiveness in promoting learning outcomes for students during these formative years. By providing clear and direct explanations, modelling and guidance, we can help our students succeed. Explicit instruction is an essential component in helping students develop not just procedural fluency, but also computational thinking. Computational thinking involves breaking down complex maths problems, creating algorithms, thinking logically, and utilising technology and data to deepen mathematical understanding. Before we continue, let's address the dichotomy between explicit instruction and inquiry learning. Rather than viewing them as separate practices, it helps to see them as a continuum. Students encountering a topic for the first time are best to start with explicit instruction and gradually transition to application and inquiry as they acquire the necessary knowledge and skills. Once students have demonstrated mastery in a specific domain, they are now equipped with the knowledge to apply their skills to more complex problem-solving and inquiry-based questions. Now, let's explore a key framework built into the new resources, the gradual release of responsibility model. This model is at the heart of explicit instruction. The gradual release of responsibility model within explicit instruction is what we refer to as the process of I do, we do, and then you do it. This creates an interactive lesson where the teacher is continually using student responses to check for understanding before releasing more responsibility to the student. The lesson structure is cyclical in that it begins with teacher-led instruction and the responsibility is gradually released to the student for each new skill and concept. Once students have demonstrated success in the you do phase, the teacher builds on the learning with a new skill, returning to the I do phase. During the I do phase, the teacher takes the lead, modelling and explaining ideas, concepts and definitions. This is reflected in the new resources, which demonstrate skills, strategies or concepts while breaking them down into smaller, manageable and digestible steps, reducing the cognitive load for students. In the we do phase, the teacher begins to release responsibility and guides student practice as they attempt more complex problems and applications. The new resources use targeted questioning, prompts, cues and scaffolds to support student learning. This guided practice is a dynamic phase, with discussion and continual back and forth with students. As you may have experienced in your own classroom, it is almost like a volleyball match, with responsibility and thinking moving between the teacher and the students. Finally, in the you do phase, the resources gradually withdraw scaffolds and supports, allowing students to practice and work mathematically and independently. This deliberate practice promotes independence, confidence and fluency. Throughout the we do and you do phases, the new resources give teachers advice for checking for understanding by using formative assessments such as mini whiteboard responses, questioning and circulating the room. Effective questioning techniques and checking for understanding are key to assessing their comprehension and fostering their capacity for independent thinking, especially for topics that require computational thinking. The new lesson resources embed continual and routine opportunities to practice, which helps keep the lesson's pace and allows students to remain active learners. The resources encourage interactive instruction with consistent feedback, so that teachers can be responsive to student understanding. If the students have yet to succeed in an area, the resources provide options for reteaching a concept and returning to the I do teaching stage. As many teachers know from their own teaching experience, when students are given the structure to achieve success due to scaffolding, guidance and practice, this leads to improved motivation and retention of key knowledge and skills. To make explicit instruction effective, the resources are structured thoughtfully. As part of the planning phase of this project, the NCEC and OCA teams have broken the learning intention into small chunks that can be taught, checked for understanding, and retaught if needed. By employing explicit instruction, the resources provide clear explanations, structured guidance, and ongoing practice opportunities. This approach enhances comprehension, addresses misconceptions, and leads to a greater understanding of maths.